I remember when I was in graduate school, one of the books we had to read was, I think it was called The Loneliest Job in the World. And it's not some scientist in the North Pole, although those people can be pretty lonely too. It's people like us who go into our classrooms day after day and close the door, and we interact with our students, but we lack the peer interaction. So anyone here who has a LinkedIn profile, when we're done, I'd like you to change whatever title you've given yourself, educator, teacher. I'd like you to call yourself from now on a facilitator of learning. And the reason for that is because it doesn't matter how well you teach. It's irrelevant. The only thing that matters is how well they've learned. And if you can't shift your mindset away from teaching to learning, then you've missed the point. If everybody's treated equally, they're really not getting what they need. They're getting what some artificial standard says that they need. But you know you're missing the mark with almost everybody. So when you teach it, you typically know it a lot better than when you don't teach it. Even if you study it, it's not the same as teaching it. So giving your students that opportunity. The way you show up in the class matters, right? Again, it's not our topic, but if you're excited about it, then you have a chance that they'll be excited about it. If you're not excited about it, you can forget about it, right? They're not going, well, why should they be? Hope is not a strategy, right? You have to know that your students know what you've taught. You have to know that they know. And the only way for you to know that they know is for you to check. And you don't want to wait for a test 2 weeks later to finally determine who knows or who doesn't. I got to teach this class. I get to teach this class. I got to call this parent. I get to call this parent. What's the difference? Mindset. One is I see it as a chore. The other is I see it as an opportunity. Would anyone like to share something you came up with as a critical element of an effective lesson plan?
Broken down that they should be able to digest.
To chunk it. Yeah, that's actually very valuable. Okay, sometimes we talk too much. Or we talk too long. And we give and we give and we give, so to speak, more information. And we don't pause to give them a chance to process it, make sense of it, maybe practice with it before we continue. So chunking it is great. Okay, so finding ways to make it active participation and active learning. So it's not just monotone and one directional. Beautiful. We have to remember that our success is ultimately measured by the learning that occurs, not by the teaching that we do. That's the major distinction here. It's always good to listen before you speak. It's always good to be clear on what you want. It's always good to take on the other person's perspective. We had to write an essay about an adult that made an impact on our lives, and I wrote about you. And I'm thinking to myself, my gosh, what did I do? What did I do? I said, Jacob, why'd you write about me? And he said to me, because whenever you were teaching, Rabbi, you were always having fun. Bezeh halashon. You're always having fun.